Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Live on iHeartRadio and the Smoke and Mirrors Network. Let me turn on iHeartRadio. Live on iHeartRadio and the Smoke and Mirrors Network, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we talk with John Gray at Gulf Coast Auto Shield and what you can do to save your paint and your interior from the baking sun and 100-degree days that seem to never end. Hey, I got to drive the 2023 Lincoln Corsair SUV. I'll give you my impression of it. We'll also have the cruise-in calendar, and Conrad has This Week in Auto History. That and more just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. You know what we should have done is we should have swapped you and Conrad. That way you'd only have to move over one seat.
Yeah, but then that put Conrad over here.
No, put Conrad over in your place. That way. See what I'm saying?
Oh, well.
But that's okay. So we're going to watch Mr. Mars up and down. Do the dance all morning long because Jeff is out today. Jeff is vacationing for a family reunion in the fine state of Michigan.
Well, good for him. Enjoying the weather, I'm sure.
I'm sure. It's anything's
you
better.
You enjoyed the weather when you were there.
Yeah, but I was way up north.
You were in the UP.
I was in the UP, and it was a wonderful time to be had by all. At any rate, so Conrad is here. Mars is here. I'm here. And now you're here. We thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning. And I had an interesting conversation with John Gray before we went on the air this morning.
No, let's not go there.
Oh, I'm not going to go there. I just had an interesting conversation with him, and it was about grooming. And he and I think the same way. We take our grooming seriously. Let me ask you something, John.
Sir.
Do you have one of those aftermarket shave kit? Everybody and his mother all of a sudden has discovered there's a big market for shaving your face. And do you have any special shaving apparatus that you buy? You pay enormous amounts of money for?
I don't. I recently ordered though the razor I used is a Jeremy's. And you've got to go and look at some of their commercials because they're absolutely fantastic, and they make fun of like Gillette and some of the other guys for being so woke and so
woke shavers.
Yes, and so the Jeremy's commercials are fantastic, and it's pretty reasonably priced. But
and you order them online, and then they deliver them in the mail.
That's the only, and it's a subscription. So you don't, you go to the store, go to the drugstore and buy these, these blades, and man, they're just
$15, $20. Yeah,
it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's absolutely stupid. So
it really is.
Well, not only that, but I've always been a chic man. Well, the problem with chic is the fact that they've got these different models. Well, naturally, the handle that I bought was the Hydro. And it fits nothing else. So you have to buy the Hydro blades, not the chic,
Which are the high dollar blades.
No, they're not necessarily.
Well,
they're all high dollar. Doesn't make any difference, but the other ones don't fit the handle.
No, I go to the dollar store and buy that bag of disposable ones.
Yeah, that's why you never shave.
And I use them once and throw them out.
Let me tell you something. Those things are dangerous. They don't shave you. They pull the hairs out of your face. That's how bad those are.
Okay.
So anyway, all right. Well, John Gray, the shaving expert, is joining us today to talk about male grooming. I'm sorry, different story, different day.
Please.
I got sidetracked.
John's here talking about grooming your car and how to keep your car safe.
Well, here's
the heat of the summer.
Well, here's the deal. For me personally, like tomorrow morning, John, and you need to come to Craig Bierman's Chrome and Coffee down at the Avalon Diner. It's the first Sunday of the month. So I'm going to go. So what do I got to do? I've got to get up at the crack of dawn, wash the car, dry the car, detail the car as best I can. I mean, this is not a car show. It's a cruise in. And detail all before the sun hits it.
Yeah, but your car is kind of prepped, ready to go.
Well, pretty much.
Ceramic. Once you get that ceramic coating, the car is so much easier to clean.
How long does it take? Does the ceramic coating last forever?
No, they will degrade over time. A car that's in the garage and it's not a daily driver, I mean, it could last, 7, 8, 9 years.
Really?
But a daily driven car that may or not be garaged all the time, that gets washed more often than say a garage queen would. Our stuff's going to be, mostly 5 years, 5, 6 years.
Okay. Well,
and there was a lot of them out there that are 1 to 2 year products, but some more of your heavy solid stuff, your American made products are going to last a little bit longer than some of your stuff made in the Far East.
In the Far, he's being nice. China. It's China. I'm proud to announce to you that Leslie no longer has a Jaguar. Proudly, I'm proud.
That's a good thing. What'd you buy?
Well, we got a Volkswagen Tiguan, a brand new
little car.
Yeah,
good little car.
Right over there from Archer, and it's black on black. It's very nice, and we need to. Do we need to bring it to you to get a ceramic coating put on it?
I would. I'm not sure if she works and that car sits outside a lot
all the time.
That'd be a good idea. As hot as it is, I would also recommend let's get her car tinted with some good tint. These cars that are sitting outside, car that sits outside right now, as hot as it is on the outside. I mean, look, we registered 145 degrees in one of our cars sitting out back.
Oh God,
man, and that is just not good for your.
It's not good for anything.
Anything, any of the interior pieces in your car.
I was going to say
it can really cause some damage.
That's a medium rare ribeye at 145.
Yep. Well, so right now, as hot as it is, man, I would definitely recommend, even if you've got like a clear IR rejecting window film on your front windshield, your dash is just taking an absolute beating. And it's not so much from the UV. In the old days, UV was some of your glass technology of today really cuts down a lot on the UV. So you don't see as many like dashboards that are washed out and cracked and damaged from UV. It's just that heat. We recently had a Ferrari in here. It was the last year of the 458. So that really wasn't that long ago. Well, these cars have leather dashboards on them, and this car obviously had spent some time outside. Well, the dash was separating from like the vents for the defroster. Yeah, it was actually separating from some of the plastic parts in the dash, and that just shows you what heat can do.
That's an expensive repair, my friend. That's a new dashboard.
That's going to be an expensive repair, my friend.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But again, manufacturers, the engineers have to do something in the design of the vehicle. You talked about the improvement in the quality of the glass, but also in the adhesives that they use and the plastics that they use to deal with those 140, 150, 160 degree interior temperatures some cars will see. And that's why you'll see just a whole range of older Chevrolet and GMC pickup trucks that the dash would separate and bubble up, or it'd crack right there at some of the skinny spots where the defrost vents are and stuff.
Well, I have to tell you that years and years ago, I guess back when I had the 77 Corvette, they didn't have a whole lot of sunshades, and I wound up spending, I don't know, $75 on a sunshade for the front window, which was a lot compared to some of the stuff that you can buy today. Anything is better than nothing. But I started going with carcover.com. Okay. There wasn't a .com back then, but it was Car Cover. They're out of California. And they've got this silver-coated, and it's foldable, and it's you unfold it, and you sit it up there on the dash, and you put the sun visors down to hold it up there, and it works great. Mm-hmm. It's not the umbrella-looking thing. And it's hard, and it's long as the windshield is tall.
Yeah, it looks like a baked potato.
And it works. It looks good. It's clean looking.
And it reflects the sun out of the car.
Yeah. So I've used that. I bought one for Leslie's car, and she uses it. You know, she's a school teacher, so needless to say, there's no undercover parking out there in the parking lot. And it's important. And she's got a very nice leather interior in that Tiguan that she bought. And I'll tell you, it's truly amazing. Now, for me personally, I always crack the windows up at the top just enough to let the heat out. And if I can, if it's a car that, don't get me started on sunroofs because you know I'm not a fan of those things. But if I can pull the shade back just enough and tilt the sunroof open, tilt it open.
Like so a chimney to let the hottest air out.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
So I try to help it as much as I can. Now in this new office building that we've actually got a carport out there so I can pull in there and keep the sun off of it. But even at that, it's still 105 degrees outside.
Yeah. I used to have these. No matter what. I used to have these things that fit over the rear windows that had a solar panel on the outside, and it pushed a little fan that literally drew the air from the interior and pushed it outside of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And it easily lowered the interior temperature 30 degrees.
I believe that.
You know, and like John said, the heat of the day, seeing 135, 145 degrees inside of a vehicle here in Houston is not uncommon, and that's where it comes to the safety of children that you leave inside. You can't, and pets that you can't leave inside the car.
Yeah, there's no way. Go ahead.
The sunshade, great idea on the sunshade, Don. Also, there's a product out there. 303 Aerospace seems to have the best interior protectant. It's not going to give you the glossy look like a Armor All. Some of these other products will. It's just a very subtle, mattish satin type finish, and it has excellent UV rejection, and it just keeps the plastics and the and the faux leathers and whatnot that some of these manufacturers are using. It seems to keep them in a little better shape going through these hotter months. But man, even if you've got a tent on it, I would highly recommend it, especially as hot and as sunny as it's been. It's when the sun's out that you really get the most heat coming through that windshield.
Yeah. I've been truly amazed at the temperatures and the temperatures inside the car.
So, John, what can people do to protect the exterior paint on their vehicle from the heat and the sun damage?
So you don't have any sort of UV protection on the outside of your car. So you need to get something with some sort of UV inhibitors on them. That's why we recommend ceramic coatings so much. Ceramic coatings, paint protection film are both outstanding as far as protecting your paint from any kind of UV damage. At least you need to keep a wax or a polymer sealant on your paint job. That way, that will also help the paint not be as damaged from the UV rays of the sun. But also, I will say this: you just don't see the oxidation on paint jobs that you used to see. I remember the silver cars, man. You used to always say, don't get a silver car because the paint's going to oxidize and whatnot.
Right.
Well, you don't. The quality of the paint systems on most of the vehicles out there today have improved, and the chemistry in those paint jobs have improved enough to where we don't have as much oxidation, but there's still damage that can be done to your paint jobs from sun. Let's say you get some water on your car while the paint's hot, sprinklers hit it and whatnot. Very, very difficult to remove if you don't have some sort of protectant on the car or some sort of sacrificial barrier on the car.
Well, I've got that silver car cover again from Car Cover, carcovers.inc, and that's the best car cover I've ever had. And you guys see all the bird poop and everything else that's on that car. Can you imagine what that car would look like if I didn't have that on there?
Oh, man.
Be bad.
Bird poop in this kind of heat will eat straight into your paint job.
Yep.
And a lot of times that is not fixable.
Correct.
So, yeah, that's the birds right now with the heat combination is really, really tough. There's not a wax or a sealant that's going to stop that sort of damage. Ceramic coatings, if you got the right ceramic coating, yes, it can. If you have one with excellent UV or excellent low pH resistance.
I went to don't laugh, Walmart this week, because I was looking for a non-shiny tire treatment. All I want to do is just get it nice and clean and black. Without some,
So
ugly
you quit
looking.
using brake fluid like you used to when you were in high school?
I've never done that.
I've seen
I've
people
never
use brake fluid.
Brake fluid. No.
Brake fluid.
So I can't find any. They don't have it at Walmart. They've got every kind of tire shine. I don't want tire shine. So what I do is tire black. So what I do is I've been using chemical guys on them, just about out of it, spray a little bit on there, wipe it on, and then let it sit for a few minutes and then basically wipe it off.
But you're trying to moisturize your tires.
Well, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Well, it's exactly
So
what
do
you're
you
trying
have
to do.
something, John? What do you recommend?
Well, Don, I would recommend, first of all, you mentioned that you sprayed it on your tires.
No, I didn't do that. Spray it on a rag and then wipe it on.
Thank you. Yeah, you don't ever want to spray anything directly onto your tires.
No.
Fine Lab makes a pretty good product. It's called Black Velvet. And if you prep your tire the right way, it can last for a couple of months. But you'll also need to be careful with it because it's actually got a black dye in it as well. So when you're putting it on, if you get any on your wheels, you're going to want to make sure that you wipe that up because it's going to be very difficult to get off. But I found that, the more you put on it, the shinier it will get. So if you do, no matter what you use, if you use a light layer and you wipe it on, it's not going to be as shiny. But the part about you going behind what you did and wiping it off, that's exactly what you should do if you don't want the really thick, glossy look.
Yeah.
And it's never a good idea. Some of these tire shines will sling. And there's nothing,
and then all of a sudden
nothing
you've got
better
all
than
that.
a look. Yeah, and then of course you sling it down the side of your car,
Right.
You drive it, and then where the tire shine is, what do you got? Dirt. So it's all peppered down the side of your car. It looks like it's just got these black dots going down the side of a clean car. It looks terrible. So that's why I say don't ever spray it on the tires.
No, I never do. No, I spray it on the rag away from the car. If there's a wind, make sure I'm downwind, not upwind. Spray it in the rag and then wipe it on there. Let it sit for a little bit and then go around and wipe it all off. And
and the Karate Kid, wax on, wax off.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a fanatic about my tires and my wheels. As John knows, he had to fix a wheel for me. And anyway, another story.
Another benefit to wiping it on there and not spraying it on there is you're getting it on the wheels, and there's not a dirtier part of the car than on the wheels.
Absolutely.
And all that does when you get it on the wheels is attract and cause that brake dust to build up on that wheel.
Well, and then with the technology of some of the cars today that have these carbon ceramic brake rotors on them, you don't want to put any of that stuff on that carbon ceramic brake rotor. That's $1,000
exactly
a rotor as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gets
it's more than that.
expensive real quick.
What do you got in?
Get,
What do you have out there in the shop this week?
Man, we've had getting a lot of Range Rovers in right now. Range Rover seems to be producing a few more cars. Love them. You
And
need
hate
to lease it. You need to lease it. That's what I always tell you.
No,
You need to lease it.
You're right on the money with that because you don't want that to be a long-term car because they have their issues long-term.
Aston Martin as well. We've seen a couple of DBX 707s in here, and let me tell you, man, that car, that is something to see.
Yeah.
The diffusers and whatnot on that thing. That is a bad boy.
What's the fastest car you got in there? Is it the Aston?
Yeah, I believe it is probably the Aston Martin, the most powerful car for sure.
Yeah, that's my bucket list car. I'd take an Aston Martin over a Ferrari or a Lamborghini in a heartbeat.
John,
And, my clients that buy them absolutely love them, and they don't give them a lot of trouble for an English car. Really, they seem to be very good quality vehicles.
John, it's always great to talk to you, and thank you for the shaving help this morning and nose hair trimming, and we appreciate everything that you do. Everything.
Don, give me a call. We'll get Leslie's car in here and get her taken care of, buddy.
I will.
Hey,
man.
come on out to Coffee and Chrome tomorrow.
Oh, y'all going to be out there tomorrow?
Yeah.
Y'all?
Yeah.
All of y'all?
Well,
Don's going to be
I'm gonna
signing
be
hero
there.
cards.
I'm not. I don't have any hero cards, and I'll be there. But
Hero cards.
hero
Hanging
cards.
out.
Yeah. John, we're getting hero cards for John.
That's
Okay.
where we need them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Johnny, we love you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, boys. Enjoy the day.
Thank you. You
Stay
do the
cool.
same. Stay cool. Okay. That was good, huh?
Worked.
Yep.
It's a miracle, Mars. Mars made it work. He came over here and hit the button, and off he went. All right. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us and shoot us some hate mail, go ahead. The address is info@nwheeltime.com. How about the cruise-in calendar? And right off the top, the cruise-in for tomorrow is going to be Chrome and Coffee at the Avalon Diner in the Fountains, 9 to noon. Come early, stay late, have breakfast at the Avalon, not on us. But they got the best breakfasts over there.
And Don will
their
be
bacon
there.
is to die for.
Is it?
Yeah, order it crispy. Oh, and it's so good.
It's the only way to order bacon.
Yeah, and
Who wants flabby
they've
bacon?
got really, really good grits. I like grits.
I'm a corned beef hash and poached eggs kind of breakfast guy.
I can appreciate that. Okay.
So Mustang Club of America, October 7th, is they're having their fall open car show.
No, this is a show. This is not a cruise-in.
I screw that up every time.
Every single time. It's the cruise-in calendar.
The 7th anniversary car and bike show at Harley-Davidson in College Station is tomorrow, is this morning at 11 to 3. Also this morning is the back to school car
Oh,
show
my God.
at the pop-up shop in Lawrence Street in Victoria, Texas, for all your friends of the Hot Rod Tour of Texas
Yes.
that are based in Victoria.
Yes.
Be a fun thing to go to. The Black Belt Barbecue Cook-Off and Car Show
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
at the Knights of Columbus in Rosenberg, Texas.
Uh-huh.
And then the Crossroads Cruisers, Cars and Coffee at the Waterwell Cafe, again in Victoria, Texas. And then Cruise to Cars and Airplanes and on South Staples in Corpus Christi is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Classic Cars and Coffee and Donuts at the Whitehall Cafe in Navasota. Cars and Tuners at Tom's Cafe in Katy, Texas is tomorrow. The Woodlands Coffee and Cars for a Cause, one of Randy Weldon's favorite things to do. That starts at 6:30 in the morning in the Woodlands. Be there. They're taking donations and give to local.
I'm taking donations, too.
Local Montgomery County charity.
Thank you. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the Lincoln Corsair 2023 model. Available trim levels are Standard, Reserve, and Grand Touring. There's no yawning on the air. No, it's not allowed.
Too late.
Apparently. I had the Reserve, which is the middle trim level. This is a small crossover SUV. Seats 5, including the driver. Exterior changes, well, it gets a refresh for the 23 model. So they've refined the front end of the thing, little tweaks here and there.
Headlights, taillights, and grill.
Yep. Exterior features larger front grille and redesigned headlights. Sheet metal boasts sophisticated kind of style. Painted wheel opening moldings, which I like. I don't like the black plastic, because it's like, did the paint not go far enough on this build? Paint the wheel openings. Sloping roof line and extra wide rear hatch that actually kind of wraps around the side of it. It's kind of unusual if you look at where the slot is that the rear hatch goes in, but it works. It's great. Overall, high zoot appearance.
It should be. It's a Lincoln.
What could use improvement? I would say offer at least a trim level that's a little bit more aggressive with luxury competitors.
The Hot Rod Lincoln.
Hot Rod Lincoln. That'd be great. Interior highlights, conservative horizontal dash design with large standalone infotainment screen. And it has to be standalone because, it's a small SUV. They don't have lots of yardage in there to play with. Integrated HVAC vents across the bottom of the dash, which was a unique touch. So they've got a strip down there underneath the dash, kind of like old school, but all of it is the same height of this strip.
Keep your yarbles cool.
Comfortable seating, passive phone charger, and under the console sliding door. Okay. What I liked, all Corsairs new now come with Copilot 360, which includes adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist. They didn't do that before. What could use improvement? More bling, a little bit more expressive design. Let me see that it's a Lincoln. Come on, Ford, you can do it. 2.0 liter turbo 4, 250 horsepower out of that thing, 275 pound-feet of torque. Perfectly matched, in my opinion. 8-speed automatic transmission. It'll tow up to 3,000 pounds. Gets 22 city, 30 miles per gallon highway for a combined of 25. I got 25.1.
Pretty good.
It's spot on, yeah.
Real good.
Mid-size utility.
Yeah,
Mars could never
small
get that.
utility, 214.6 miles. A lot of it, of course, is on the tollway, as I've mentioned a million times. What I liked, nicely matched up horsepower with transmission, and that's important. A plug-in hybrid is available as well. Didn't get to drive that. Would love to someday. Hello, hint, hint, Ford. Ride and handling, what I liked about it, super smooth. It's a Lincoln.
Supposed to be.
What could use improvement? Adjustability on the suspension if I were going to offer anything. Have that as an option on there.
Good looking wheels on it too.
Yes, it was a beautiful vehicle. I was thoroughly impressed, and this car's been out for a while. Base trim price $44,270. Prices tested $61,535, which falls right in line with others, and I'll show you about that in a minute. Base model price $38,690. Now, with the $38,690 entry-level price, it competes against the Acura RDX for $41,550, the Cadillac XT4 for $36,295, and the Lexus NX for $39,000.
So this is the smallest of Lincoln's utilities.
It is, yeah. It's very nice, and I wish that they would give more attention to their Lincoln brand because I think it is deserving. And I think it competes against those that I mentioned, among others. And if you're out shopping for a small SUV luxury brand, there you go. Go give them a shot. Want to remind you that the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts at your fingertips on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In-Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In Wheel Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Conrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InWheelTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise Inn, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast channel. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.